Previously on Sims Survivor. After Enzo's elimination at Tribal Council, the remaining 8 castaways competed in their next immunity challenge. At the immunity challenge, both Axel and Roger were able to secure safety for themselves. At Tribal Council, after a tie vote, there was inevitably a rock draw in which Kiana unfortunately was eliminated. 7 castaways remain. Who will be voted out next? Hello everyone, welcome back to Sims Survivor. It is episode 16. We have 4 more episodes after this until we find out who the winner of the season is. I can't wait to find out. Looking back at our last episode, unfortunately, Kiana was eliminated. It still breaks my heart. I think she was one of the best players this season. And to go home by a rock draw, like she wasn't even receiving votes. But now the Apolu tribe of Roger and Kaylee are in danger. I think Liana might be too because she worked with them. So it's like the numbers are not in their favor. So, without further ado, let's get into today's episode and find out who will be joining the jury. It was a close call for Kaylee and Shrikumar at Tribal Council. I think moving forward, if they want to stay in this game, they need to win the next immunity. I don't see a scenario in which one of them does not go home at the next Tribal Council, unless they have that secret idol, of course, which I'm not going to tell you whether they do or not. But I really think that there's a line drawn in the sand, and it's obviously not in Kaylee's favor. She doesn't have the numbers. She has kind of Liana, and she has Roger because they are the only remaining 2 Apolu. But other than that, the Savai are just dominating at this rate. Axel and Marie are in the best positions right now. Liana as well. I mean, she's in a good spot. Lucas too. I mean, he has an idol. But I really think Marie and Axel are doing really well socially. Nobody's really coming after them. I think I don't know if they've gotten a vote throughout the jury phase. If they have, please correct me. Okay, never mind. They did get a vote. Axel did when it was Dylan's elimination, so about 3 episodes ago. But other than that, they haven't really received any votes, so I think they just need to hope that this divide between Kaylee and Shrikumar continues and just take their aim and keep whoever's going to advance them the furthest in the game. Lucas has been holding on to his idol for a long time. There's not many tribal councils left for him to use it, so he might be just saving it for the last opportunity to secure him automatic safety or his ally's safety should he win immunity. But I think out of everyone, it's obviously clear that he has an extra spot that's going to propel him. So if he won today's immunity, that'd be great, but he doesn't really need to. A lot of these people need to play for survival, but Lucas is just kind of chilling. He's just doing whatever he wants at this point because he's not in a lot of danger. As we get closer to the end of this game, it is important to be extra social. Not only are you fighting for someone to keep you in the game and not vote for you at Tribal Council, but you're also trying to sway people's future jury votes. You want that person to ultimately vote for you should you make it to the end of this game. And every conversation matters. There were votes in Season 1 that were determined by 1 or 2 conversations. So you need to fight for your spot in the finals and to get there, but you also need to secure yourself the win. It's great to get to the final 3, but if you don't have a good chance of winning, then what's the point of all the fighting? Hello everyone, it is now time for your next immunity challenge. Axel and Roger will have to take the necklaces back. Immunity is back up for grabs. Before we begin, I'm going to quickly explain how today's challenge is going to work. Today's immunity challenge will be an endurance competition of meditation. Whoever is the last person meditating will receive immunity at Tribal Council. However, there's also something else up for grabs. The winner, who is also receiving immunity, will also get an extra vote. So, it's not a steal a vote. They will get to cast 2 votes at Tribal Council. So, who will it be? Who's going to get this special power? Without further ado, let's get into it. The challenge has begun. And Marie has dropped out. She is the first to be eliminated. And Shrikumar is the next person to drop out. He has been eliminated. And Roger is the next person to drop out. Only 4 remain. And Lucas has dropped out. Only 3 people remain now. Liana has just dropped out. Either Axel or Kaylee will win immunity. And Kaylee has dropped out, which means Axel has won immunity and the reward. Congratulations to Axel on your second immunity win in a row. You will be safe and will have an extra vote at Tribal Council. As for the rest of you, one of you will be the next person voted out and the 5th member of our jury. That's all I have left to say. Head back to camp. A huge congratulations to Axel, who will be safe at Tribal Council, and he will have an extra vote, which is only eligible for this Tribal Council as well. So he's gonna have a lot of power. If you were gonna win one immunity, this was the one to win. Unfortunately for Kaylee and Shrikumar, the battle between the two of them for survival is going to happen again. Shrikumar wasn't really close during the challenge, but Kaylee was second. She was one person away from securing herself not only immunity, but an extra vote, which would have been important for this Tribal Council, but she came up a bit short. She goes home tonight, then it just sucks because she fought her heart out, but it was not enough. The cards are not stacked in her or Shrikumar's favor right now. Roger and Marie are surprisingly safe in this game, to be honest. They are the last remaining duo, but nobody appears to be going after them, so they might be able to make it to the top 6 together. I think, honestly, if the remaining 7 allow that, that is a mistake on their game, because these two are solid. They're not going to sway away from each other. They are blood connected. They will cut water. They'll get rid of any Savai or Opolu necessary. So I think keeping them in a game is a liability for the rest of the people who may perceive Roger or Marie as an ally, because they're not going to be there for you. It is going to be interesting to see if anybody is going to sway from their original tribe allegiances. Liana did that at the last Tribal Council, but there's some wildcard people like Marie or Lucas or even Axel who might sway, so you don't know where they're going to end up. 2 days can completely change someone's vote, so maybe Liana may sway back for survival because she sees Kaylee and Roger as a sinking ship that she doesn't want to attach herself to. It's going to be interesting to see where everything lies. Being the only 2 original Opolu members left on the tribe, I think Roger and Kaylee definitely need to mix things up. They can't just let Kaylee get eliminated, because for Roger, that would not be good for his game, because there would be an immediate target on his back. I think going into this Tribal Council, he needs to think long term. If he wants to make it to the finale in the end of this game, he needs to take this opportunity to get rid of a different competitor so that the target does not shift to him. Metaphorically and literally, Kaylee's game is up in flames at this point. I think this is very interesting. It's kind of poetic. I think she needs to do something. If she can extinguish the fire that is her game right now, she might be able to make it to the next episode, but things are not looking good for her, and I think she might be the next member of the jury. Shrikumar appears to be the escape artist of the season. He has avoided being eliminated Tribal Council after Tribal Council, whether it be tie votes, rock draws, hidden immunity idols. He is doing a great job of staying in this game. But the question is, will he be able to pull off another escape at Tribal Council tonight? If he does, I think Shrikumar will undoubtedly be the front runner of this season, so time will tell. Without further ado, I think it's time we get to it. Hello everyone, it is now time for the next Tribal Council of the season. Before we begin, we're going to first bring in the members of our jury. Kriskin, Dylan, Enzo, and Kiana, who was eliminated at the last Tribal Council. After 32 days in this game, either Liana, Lucas, Marie, Roger, Kaylee, or Shrikumar will be the next person voted out. Without further ado, let's get to the vote. Liana, you're up first. I will now go tally the votes. If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they would like to use it, now would be the time to do so. Once the votes have been read, the decision is final. The person voted out will be asked to leave the Tribal Council area immediately. First vote, Kaylee. Shrikumar, that's 1 vote Kaylee, 1 vote Shrikumar. Roger, that's 1 vote Kaylee, Shrikumar, Roger. Marie, that's 1 vote Kaylee, Shrikumar, Roger, Marie. Roger, that's 2 votes Roger, 1 vote Kaylee, Shrikumar, Marie. Shrikumar, that's 2 votes Roger, 2 votes Shrikumar, 1 vote Kaylee, 1 vote Marie. Kaylee, that's 2 votes Kaylee, 2 votes Shrikumar, 2 votes Roger, 1 vote Marie, 1 vote left. 14th person voted out of Survivor and the 5th member of our jury, Shrikumar, that's 3, that's enough. Please come bring me your torch. Shrikumar, the tribe has spoken. Allegiances are evidently dispersed at this point. It is anyone's guess where the rest of this season goes. That's all I have left to say. Head back to camp. And that concludes this episode of Sim Survivor. I'm honestly a bit stunned. After checking the votes, I can reveal to you that it was Axel who betrayed Shrikumar. I thought Axel was a guaranteed vote against Kaylee, but he flipped, and then Kaylee flipped, and then Shrikumar flipped. The 2 votes against Roger kind of threw everything out of order, so it kind of made Shrikumar vulnerable. But I voted 3-2 to 2-1. Like, it could have been 1 vote difference, but people just got closer to other people this past few days, so things can change quickly in this game. I hope you've been enjoying the season. We're getting very close to the end at this point. Be sure to predict in the comments who you think is going to win and who you want to win. And I can't wait for the next episode. I'll see you next time.